This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel, back here in Brooklyn, New York at Brooklyn Campervans. Today I met up with Oliver, and Oliver is going to give us a tour of this really cool Sprinter 170 3500 with a massive elevator bed in the front, a huge lounge, and a mega rear bath. So join us for the tour.
What's up, Patrick? Thank you for coming back. This time we have a really cool van. This is a 170 chassis based on a dually, so you can actually have a bunch of payloads and other stuff that you can bring on the road, so no worries on the capacity, on the quantity of weight that you can bring. This is a really unique layout, but let me start from the outside. So the first thing that you can notice is the entire van has been wrapped in satin gray. This is a 3M color. We wrapped everything. It was a white base chassis, and then we just made it a lot cooler. Another quick thing that you can see, it's the step-up board. This is the AMP. It's pretty classic on all our builds. It makes it so much easier to go in and out. To complete the entire look, you have the Fiamma awning on the top. It is attached to a custom-made Unaka gear roof rack. We partnered with them multiple times to make unique roof racks. And then in the front, this is a unique fairing that Unaka designed for us to accommodate the Diode Dynamic 8-pot lights. These are really cool. And then to finish up, the van has a rear ladder from Alvin and as well a tire rack holder. The reason why it's because the gray water tank, it's where you put the rear tire underneath it, the spare one, and so we just put it back there. And also it makes you access the roof where you have a massive walkable solar panel deck. And then to finalize, you have a little quick step to go up, and this is actually from Mercedes printer from the factory. And then you can see that right from the back, we have a massive shower, which is really big. We made a custom shower pan, of course, for this layout, which has been covered in micro cement, which makes it a good look and also fully watertight. Last thing, to give a little bit more storage to the rear of the vehicle, both doors have a 3-panel storage from Van Essential. They're just such a good way to just add more storage. And then right here, the enclosed, you'll see what's inside in a little bit, but then you can see the evaporator part of the undermount AC, and then more storage at the top, so you can actually stock some taller things. The top, you can see one of the 4 corners of the CCTV cameras. They're all controlled from the inside, so you can still be, safe when you're inside, and you can see what's going on the outside without going. But let's join the tour and bring you guys inside. First thing that you can actually notice on the outside, we have this really cool, super long, we call it almost like a picnic table. It's a perfect setup when you're just grilling and you want just a little bit more surface to cook or to chill. And has a little emblem there. You see that throughout the van has these really beautiful white oak finishes. The first thing, which is unique, is the lounge is in the front in this van. The way they've achieved this is with a HappyJack lift bed. It actually has a queen size RV mattress, and then we kind of wrapped everything in oak. So these are aluminum beams wrapped in oak with oak bottom of the bed. So it makes it look like you're in a cabin instead of in a garage. And then we built a full pass-through, which holds the 2 pillars with a little hideaway doors with a full pass-through. So if you have to go in the front, you can always go. A couple of switches here on the left side. The first one is controlling the light for the loft bed. And the secondary one, it's actually a button that bypasses all the mag latch on all the drawers. What that does is as soon as you turn on the vehicles, all cabinetry fully automatic locks, which makes it super easy because you can still have the soft closing mechanism from the drawer, makes it feel like a house, and then you cannot forget about it. So as soon as you start the vehicle and driving, everything is locked out of the way. This is just in case you're idling and you want to just like bypass it and just open the drawers and everything else. So lounge gets a lot of light from the sliding door window, and also we added another CRL window. These are really cool, just awning style, so you can open them when it's raining. Of course, comes with the buck screens. All custom upholstery. It's actually yellow from Sunbrella, so they're super durable. And then right here in the corner, you're gonna have all the control. Let me turn them on, all, so you can see them all. So we kind of created a little access panel to understand all the components. So back here in the upper left corner, you have the undermounted seat. Then you have the Webasto heater. This is equipped with the EVA 40, so up to 14,000 feet of altitude. Typical EcoFlow controller system, because we always do EcoFlows. This vehicle has a 15 kilowatt batteries, so 5 kilowatt. And then bottom, you have your CCTV system, so all 4 corners. And when you go to sleep, you can shut them off, all of them. And then last thing really cool is like you can actually pull it out. And just like this, you just release it and this monitor comes out and it can actually go anywhere you like. And it's kind of perfect when you actually have the elevator bed down. You can place it close to your side and then it can go back into its own place. That being said, let's talk a little bit more about the lounge. Big L shape plus a secondary one. I mean, man, you can sit probably 6 to 8 people here and have a dinner. But the displacement is, this is actually all water tank. Has a 40-gallon water tank and then has a 28-gallon gray water tank. On the other side, when you move all the cushions, you actually see the bench. This is the bench that holds all the equipment. So you have 2 out of the 3 batteries at EcoFlow, the power hub, the fuse box. You have the EVO 40 with Vasto, and also you have the brain of the Starlink router, which is on the roof. A couple more components that they're all electrical components. And then the other bench, let me move the table a little bit, and you'll see it. This is actually all storage. So we wanted to keep the slider open, and then you have 115 kilowatt, and then all the other straight up components to make a bed in the lounge, because you can sleep tons of people in this one. As you can see, in the lounge and throughout the van, we have tons of accent lighting. They're all independently controlling, so you can create tons of different mood and moments. Under the oak finishes, you have cool white LEDs and then toe kicks, and throughout the toe kicks in the back, they're all RGB controlled by the app. Quick other things, all the walls have been painted a slight peach color. We use specific paint for the shower to make it fully waterproof, but all the finishes and all the controllers on the walls, also all the lights are dimmable, so different components. And throughout you have a bunch of 110 outlets to give you power. A couple of things maybe you can notice, there are small little bright yellow knobs throughout the vans. These are really cool. These are actually a click and play system to hang the projector screen. So as you can see, we got one here. You can unlock it, pull it down, right? And you have a giant projector screen here. If you don't like it here, you can simply move it. See, it comes out. You can flip it, so you can actually watch a movie from the outside, or else you can actually put it there. You have 2 more knobs with a smaller projector on the elevator bed because it's a smaller space, so at least you don't hit your feet. But you have tons of placement to put the projector. And then lastly, lights in the elevator bed are actually magnetic and they're battery powered. We made this executive decision because we didn't want hanging cables when the bed goes up and down. You know, we always think about warranty in our vans, and something has to last a long time. A couple more things that you can notice in this lounge are the outlet of the air conditioning. So we have an undermount 40 volts AC, which basically combined is 16,000 BTU. It makes this place a meat locker. And it's almost like a house. So it's a central AC. You have 2 here, 1 in the kitchen, and 1 all the way in the shower. So it cools the place so fast. While I am walking slowly, this is the center galley. In this fan, of course, lounge in the front, bathroom in the back, and galley in the middle. Galley is a split 50-50. So you have, of course, the induction stove on one side. We always do it flush with these oak countertop. And then the wet part of it, it's on the passenger side. So you have quartz, white sink, stainless steel appliances all throughout the van. Of course, they're all like extendable, water pump switch, and then Pico to register all the water. So the level and the water system fresh and gray. So you know how to, when to dump all the water. So a couple more components. Here is the water control, of course, on top of the sink. So you can open and close your gray water release, and then you can turn on the gray heat in the winter actually. And then USB to charge all throughout the vent. More cabinets here. These are a little narrow, so you don't hit your hand when you're washing dishes and things. And we did a little simple lip so things don't fly out. White oak, all finished with hard edge, was the look of the entire van. And then tons of cabinets. So you have a little, almost like spice rack or rash rack, hot water heater. If you see, also all doors have these pieces of metal, which are part of the mag latch system. And then massive 4 drawers, 1. And as you can see, you can still retain the soft closing, which is a big part. So no more like yanking a drawer, and bottom one, because it's a dually, you have a smaller space, which is kind of a good hideout for things that you want to put away, like passports and things. And then other side, still more storage. So you have giant space underneath the stove because you don't have the hot water heater there, and it's just massive space. And then to finalize the upper cabinet space, you have the microwave, and then we did a little art piece because why not? Retro style. We got a lot of comments about these, which is kind of funny. And then another big thing in this van was the fact that we actually raised the fridge. So the fridge, these are the new Dometic NRX. This is a 110. They're massive. You have all the space. You have a little ice. It's kind of nice because Dometic fixed a lot of issues that were in the previous builds. And then on here, we call it the pantry. So whoop, tons of space. You can see some of the routing of the undermanway seat, which is all protected, and then mag latch. And then one tiny, a little more storage, because this van is packed with storage. Same concept, it's just a little hideaway. So up on my head, you find, this is a new fan. We start using Fantastic Fan, they're great. They have a digital display, so you understand if it's going in or out, and then they have a little blackout curtain for people that want a full blackout. It's perfect. Also, I'm 5'9", and I still have 4 inches on top of my head. So these vans, they're really tall. That makes it feel so much spacious, especially in the shower. Couple more things. We have the AC outlet here in the shower as well, so throughout the van it stays nice and cool. And then to close out the shower, this is the Nautilus shower door. Pretty standards in all the builds. And then back here, you can see that we custom made a shower pan. This is micro cement. They made it look like cement look. And then of course the drain goes down into 28-gallon water tanks. Shower neck, as always, we use Nebbia. Shower heads, they're just great. They use a lot less water. And then independently control light in the shower. The shower, beautiful part, I'm gonna unplug it. It's long enough that it can go outside, actually. So you can rinse outside if you want to take a shower outside. And then we did a simple shower curtain that you untied. It's been, of course, all bolted to the side. And then if you want privacy, you just close it. But everything else is watertight. And then to finish the van, we're going to show you the toilet, which is, of course, the thing that everybody's interested. So we made a simple pass-through on heavy-duty sliders. And then this specific van has a dry flush Laveo anchored, just in case you want to remove it and change your toilet down the line. But all this also has gasket, so no water comes in. And you have a little bit more storage to put toilet paper in and other things. So I'm gonna go in the front. Let me show you how we sleep in this van. So first thing is we're gonna get the access ladder, which is under this bench. And we're gonna put it back here. And then underneath here, we have the small little components that gaps the bed. Ta-da! So of course all the pillows are being built in a way that allows you to bridge the gaps between the bed and the cushions. So this is the biggest one, and it goes up right here. And then you have your little access port here, so you bridge the other gap. And then this is the last one. Everything is so strong so you can actually sit on it. Open it, put it here. So you have the whole bed. Now it's a Tetris game. So you take this pillow out. One goes here, the other one goes there, and then you have your giant bed. So this is queen on both sides. So it's a giant square bed, so you can have 2 people sleep comfortably. And then now I'm gonna show you the top because it's all activated from the back. Okay, so now the part that we all been waiting for. So HappyJack, custom frame that we made. The cool thing about this, you can actually stop it at any height. So if you have 2 people underneath it, you will stop it mid-height, but you get all the way down. The bed will pause itself automatically when it reaches the correct height. So you can still have the table and everything else down there. You don't have to move anything. We built it with that in mind. And then you're gonna put your little ladder. Makes it a lot easier to just jump on top. and then go on top. This is a huge bed. It's so nice. You have a lot of huge things. Huge shower, huge lounge, good kitchen. This is the skylight that I was telling you about. So it's really cool. You just like push it all the way, lock it. And then the cool thing is you have, of course, blackout curtains or bug net. So if you want to sleep at night. And then a couple more things. You have rim light all around, controlled by this controller, and it's dimmable, of course. Everything has to be dimmable in the van. And then up there, we still have the cab shelf, so you can still put away all your, cushions and everything else that helps the bed, so the bed can go as high as possible. And then the coolest thing possible is this. So follow me out. There's a giant roof deck up here. So the van has 585 watt of solar panels, the 3 marine grade walkable by 175, and then we have 2 more 30 watt in the back. The whole roof deck is made by Unaka, so they make these really cool panels that makes the entire deck walkable. And if you like this van, it is for sale. So Patrick is gonna put the link in the description where to get the price of this van. We're finalizing a couple of things. And then, hit us up. We are in Brooklyn, like the name of the company says. And hit us up at info@brooklyncampervans.com. And on Instagram, of course, brooklyncampervans.com. Thank you, Patrick.
Oliver, always a pleasure to see you guys here. This is an awesome layout. I say I love rear bathroom. I think I say it in every video, every time there's a rear bath.
Yep.
But with the addition of this elevator bed in the front, it gives you so much flexibility.
I agree.
And if you need to sleep extra people, you can. Or if you just want to leave the seating area as is, you can bring down the bed, just a tiny bed.
Yep.
Go to sleep for the night, hop out of bed. You have easy access to the bathroom in the back. If someone wants to go to bed early, you could still be in the kitchen making food or downstairs reading a book.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. This is Patrick in New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I'll see you soon.
Thank you again.